Hey there, City Explorers. Dave Kovacs here, deep in the heart of the Canadian Shield. I have traveled 1,400 kilometers from Toronto to the north and the west, and we're in the city of Thunder Bay, Ontario. I'll be showing you the area and the attractions in the Canadian Shield. Here we start today at Prince Arthur's Landing, the Marina Park here in Thunder Bay, and you're seeing a sign that says Nana Bijou, and that refers to the iconic sleeping giant rock formation that you're now kind of seeing across the bay. We'll see it closer very, very soon. And Nana Bijou refers to the Ojibwe legend, the Ojibwe god that turned to stone and became this rock formation across the bay. And this happened when the silver mine that is someplace mysteriously located around the area was discovered and shown to the white settlers of the area. But right now what you're looking at, a close-up picture of the Nana Bijou, or the more euphemistically called Sleeping Giant Peninsula, also known for those hikers or those who want to go to the provincial park. It's also called the Sibley Provincial Park. Full of hiking areas. We may see that later on today, but right now we're going to do a stroll around the Marina Park here, and we're going to start on the one end and continue on. And I hope you enjoy this. I'll be coming in and giving you a little bit of narration all the way through, but right now kind of take in the pastoral splendor of the Marina Park here at Prince Arthur's Landing here in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
It's like a sticker or something.
Okay, coming into view right now is a bit of the marina here at Prince Arthur's Landing. We're going to see more of it, and it's actually a little bit of the development of the section of the city called Port Arthur. Thunder Bay itself is a kind of an amalgamation of two cities, Fort William and Port Arthur, and this was the port section of the city. So it was called Port Arthur up until 1970, and the two cities, Fort William, which was the fort, and Port Arthur, which was the port, combined to make this one city called Thunder Bay. So right now you're seeing a bit of the marina and the boats that are on Lake Superior there, and then we'll do a bit of a spin around and to take a little bit in of the nature here on the Canadian Shield, coming up to a bit of a band shell. And on that band shell, you'll be seeing a lot of Ojibwe or native Canadian, but specifically the tribe in this area is Ojibwe. Ojibwe designs and Ojibwe art that's kind of attached very much to this area. Okay, we're continuing on into the main section of the Prince Arthur's Landing or the Marina Park here. And we're seeing some more boats. A really good area to explore the kind of the outer banks of the Lake Superior, one of the five Great Lakes. And for those keeping count and wanting some names, let's go through those five Great Lakes right now. It's Lake Superior on the head, the largest of all those lakes, followed by Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and then Lake Ontario. Now, for those who don't know, that then connects up to the St. Lawrence River, also then to the St. Lawrence Seaway, and out into the Atlantic. This whole water chain is a very popular and very used water transport distribution area. So if you're transporting grain to the center of the continent or transporting products in and out of the continent, you go often through this chain of lakes, this chain of locks that connect those lakes in and out and through and out to the Atlantic. So this whole area up in Canada, you'd be going through this area at Prince Arthur's Landing, or basically back in the day, Port Arthur. In the south, in the Americas, or in the United States, you'd be going through Duluth, Minnesota, and the other end of the American side of Lake Superior, and then out through that entire lake chain, and then out into the Atlantic. So again, we're a very significant port of call in and out. Well, again, it's not frozen over during wintertime. So let's go enjoy some more of the boats here, the more pleasure craft as we walk around the marina, and I'll jump in a little later on. So now we're coming closer to more of the the more urban area of the park, and you're seeing kind of the downtown center core of Prince Arthur Landing or Port Arthur. There's the Delta Hotel that is new, and you can stay in the area. You can stay at that hotel right down here. You'll be seeing the main lobby coming up right now. And then when we kind of turn the camera around, there is an old train station that has been refurbished into a restaurant and art gallery and coffee shop. And a little bit further down is a series of restaurants and also galleries and then more mooring. So we'll let you enjoy here. And there you go. There's that old train station. And you're taking a look at it right over there right now. It used to be one of the locations to stops if you were taking the train across Canada. It does not go through Thunder Bay anymore. So if you're thinking about taking the train and wanting to stop in Thunder Bay, it no longer stops here. But left over from that period of train travel back in the previous century is this wonderful old building, now full of coffee shops and art shops. So we'll just continue walking around and we'll come up to a few more restaurants and little points of interest. Okay, now we're coming across a few more of the little developments around the area. So here's a little art gallery just on the side, and one of the main restaurants here just coming up. Oh, and let's take a look at that water fountain because there's a kids' play fountain here on a very hot day, which today is. We're in the plus 30s today, very hot, so the kids are all out. But the next building you see here is a restaurant called Bite, Bight. Pub fare. So if you're around the area and you want a bit of pub fare while you're taking in some of the lake breezes off of Lake Superior, come have a bite, get a burger, get a drink, a pint, whatever you like. So let's do a bit of a spin around, take a look back at the city core of Old Port Arthur, back again. A nice 360. There's the diners over at Bite. And we'll just kind of glide on through and just take a look while we kind of walk again, strolling through the Marina Park. Okay, now coming to shot are some of the most iconic Canadian birds you'll see, the Canadian geese. They seem to be everywhere in this country, and they're out here. People like to go feed them. They are very independent, strong-willed birds. So if you're ever around a Canadian geese or a Canadian goose and it decides to, well, not give way, it's because they are very fearsome birds and will attack you if provoked and unprovoked. So let's go take a look at the geese, and then we'll continue across and then walk across that bridge you'll see in the distance and take a good view again of the sleeping giant. Okay, here we go on our last little bit. We're taking a bit of a stroll out to a little viewing station here by one of the quays here at the Marina. And we'll get a nice, great view. One last good view of the sleeping giant, the Nanabiju, the Sibley Peninsula, as I've explained to you beforehand. So we're walking by some of the boats. These are charter boats as well. So if you want to go take a bit of a view, bit of a tour around the harbor, I'm sure they're available for rent, hire, for excursions. But let's go take a quick look at some of the private crafts over there. In the distance, you'll see one of the old iconic grain elevators that used to really dot the whole area. There used to be a lot more, just a few old stalwarts still around the area. You'll see that kind of gray building right across the bay. But now it's just a few of them left. It used to be hundreds up and down the entire coast of Lake Superior. So we're just taking a look at the boats, and then we'll spin around and continue our walk down to the outer edge of the quay and take one last look at the sleeping giant. Okay, here we go again. One other view of the sleeping giant. You'll see a grain boat, one of the local lake freighters. And now we're going to just do a bit of a spin just to see the geography in the area. Pie Island coming to view. And again, one of the other grain elevators very quickly kind of spinning around the area and then back again. So let's just kind of take in the sights and sounds of the port and the geography of the area, and we'll come back to the sleeping giant and do our last little tour, walk around the area. There we go. Let's go take a look. We're coming very quickly into shot, and there you go. Very iconic, the sleeping giant and a grain boat, a local lake freighter here on Lake Superior, looking out. And again, one last time, taking a look at the area, and we'll spin on back here right now. And here we come to the end of our stroll here through Prince Arthur's Landing. We'll give you one last look at the fountains, the boats, and the sleeping giant right across the bay. I hope you enjoyed our little tour of Thunder Bay, and we'll be giving you more all this week here on City Explorer.